stay still, the thoughts of you are sinking. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to, but I know you try. And I've heard you've been here before, but I won't stay the same. It's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change. I know it's me and you, but I don't stay the same. I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. Babe, I wanna know, is it heartfelt to maybe just a little? Cause you don't really see me like you used to, but you hold on to me cause all you do is settle. I've heard you've been here before. But I won't stay the same. It's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change. I know it's me and you, but I don't stay the same. I'm just adjusted to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. But I won't stay the same. It's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change. I know it's me and you, but I don't stay the same. I'm just adjusted to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to. If I stay still, the thoughts of you are sinking. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to, but I know you try. And I've heard you've been here before, but I won't stay the same. It's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change. I know it's me and you, but I don't stay the same. I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to.
Hello.
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 Trying to find my old notes.
Hello. Hello in the chat. Hello, peeps. Hello, Urel. Hello, Keith.
Hello.
Hello, lurkers, if you're lurking.
Lurking.
If you're lurking, you should say, hey, I'm a lurking. But then that kind of defeats the purpose of lurking.
Yeah.
Then you're not a lurker
they
anymore.
They lurking. They hating.
Okay. Now. White nerdy.
Huh? Oh, you went Al. Weird Al on me.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
Hello.
Let's
Welcome to the Friday. Oh, I have the wrong thing in my
have
hand.
a little tequila.
Ugh. You know,
It's the one.
I got to talk about this, man. Slanchava.
Salud.
Today was rough. Slanchava. It was rough.
Why?
I think it's because I've been taking like a probiotic for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And at first it like just made my tummy kind of bloated.
Yeah.
And then it started overreacting.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. And the combination of, I think, probiotics and because I don't drink hard alcohol barely at all anymore. And then tequila has never been my stomach's favorite.
Yeah.
Today was rough.
Ooh.
Because I've been doing probiotics, drank tequila and beers last night, and spicy pad thai. Like, today was an active day
Good times.
for the Flushinator.
Like a party in your gut.
No.
It's exciting.
No.
It's exciting.
I don't consider that a party. Whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it a party, you're gross.
Sounds like a party.
It was not the kind of party I would like to attend. But welcome. We're here on a Friday again, and let's talk about our sponsors. All right. Make sure to go to aleverconsulting.com for an introductory consultation. Alever Consulting is a company that does a lot of cool things to help you get on with your life. Like the stuff you never want to do, like apply for things,
Yeah.
jobs,
Read over
do a
things.
resume, edit stuff, blah. All those things you never want to do. You just want to do it.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Yeah. They will help you get through that. So aleverconsulting.com. Mention Sarah and Scooter sent you over there. You'll get an introductory consultation.
Yes. And then also Yaya's Embroidery, who I'm pretty sure made this shirt.
I think so. I don't know.
I
But-
feel like it's positive. If not this one, many that look like this one.
Yeah, many of those things.
We have like
that we've-
800 shirts. So
Yeah, different things that we've done. This one she didn't make, but that's okay.
she has shirts and hats, and she embroiders and screen prints, and she's a lovely human being.
Yeah, we do need more stuff from her again.
Huh?
I think.
Why?
Didn't you just get some stuff
I didn't. Becca did. I don't know where they are.
from B&H
Yeah.
though? All right.
Haven't seen them.
I think I need some more stuff for Seed, our Seed program, and pull up a
Why?
chair for our teachers, our instructors, and stuff like that to wear. Because it's been a while. It's been
Anyways.
a couple
If
semesters.
you mention Sarah and Scooter, you get 10% off your whole order.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, let's get right into it. How are we doing?
Good thing.
All right. I don't have anything written down on my paper
I
as
do.
usual.
First one. Scooter's been prepping because next week, I don't know if you guys know this, we won't be here. We'll be in town, but it's Aftershock, so we will not be here. We will be trying not to get kicked in the face or the head or step in muddy waters, also known as toilet water,
Yeah, it's not mud.
and staying hydrated and not passing out because it's hot. But also listening to good music.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been prepping for it because we always wait till the last minute and then what's that?
You've never waited till the last minute.
To me, the last minute is now,
Okay.
because I
in a
mean,
week.
it's less than a week. It starts on Thursday.
6 days.
Yeah, 6 days. That is not a week. That's 6 days.
Last minute is Thursday, by the way.
Yeah. But it's also like making sure that we have sunscreen that's not expired, making sure we have the right stuff. And, because you're going to do it last minute.
Nah, I'm going with what I have.
You don't. No, you don't. You don't even know. Where's the bag that you usually take with you?
It's in my room.
Where?
It's in the closet.
Sure.
With the other bags. The other bags.
No, actually, this house we've kept it decently organized since we've moved in. So, yeah, our passes came in. Made sure that she has a set of these really nice we'll talk about them.
Oh.
Because that'll be my shout out. I want to talk about eargasm.
Oh, okay.
The earplugs that we use when we go there. So
I don't think I ever used them.
Yeah, you did last time we were there.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, you put them in your ears. So
For like a long period of time, or like I tried it and I was over it.
no, you wore them.
Fuck, I didn't wear it that much.
Okay, so my memory's still better than yours, and we know
B-
this. We know this.
S. It depends on the day
And it depends what we're talking about
and the time.
and what we're talking about.
Yes.
It's a subject matter. That subject matter I would know. because I'm kind of into that.
We're gonna find out this year, guys. Either I'm going deaf or I'm wearing orgasms.
I don't know
The
what that
end.
means.
Either I'm wearing it or I'm not. That's what it means.
So going deaf is your only other option?
Yeah. The way you stand at concerts is the only option. Either I'm going deaf or I'm not.
I do like to go into the meat
Yeah, I know.
of the crowd for certain people. Other people I'm cool with not, but
Yeah. I am bummed, I will say this. Unless CJ quits band before next week, which is a possibility. I'm gonna miss POD because there's a band event.
yeah, marching band
Yeah.
event.
It's the first one of the year. There's only 3. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna miss it. It's the last
When I'm
one.
sitting there, I was like, I'll do the second 2. I'm fine.
I can't miss it.
Well, you can, but you in your
Oh, you're right.
for some reason
I won't miss it.
Yeah.
I can. I will not miss
she
it.
chooses not to.
Yeah.
Which totally understandable.
It would break my record.
I understand that.
I'm batting 1,000 right now.
Do you even know what that means?
Means you're batting a 1.0.
It is a 1.00. It's basically 100%, which is so
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, because averages are built on 0.3 digits.
Yeah.
Up to the thousands.
See, I just because I don't watch the boringest sport on TV doesn't mean I don't know stuff about it. Shots fired.
So you like watching golf more than you like watching baseball?
Yes,
Wow. You've never watched golf?
I have watched golf.
Oh.
Yeah, I probably lasted 0.2 seconds longer than I have watching baseball.
I see. Or 0.2 seconds, which would be what? Batting 200.
Oh god. All right. Wait, did you even say one?
Nah.
You're just gonna let me go?
Yeah, well, I don't have anything written down.
Okay. My other good thing is today I got to volunteer at an event that I try to volunteer for every year that they let me go. Some years they don't even call me, so I don't go. But it was the Gateway Community Charge Golf Tournament, and it is one of my favorite events ever, and it always has been since I worked with them. And it's nice to go back. One of my old coworkers texted me, was like, "Do you want to go volunteer?" And she's like, "I'm gonna be there. Do you want to be there?" And I was like, "Obviously." What time are we going? She said 6:15 a.m. And I was like, "Say less. I'll be there." It was so dark I couldn't see people. When I got there, I was like, I couldn't find her.
They didn't have any lights on?
No, there's no lights on.
That's weird.
People are using their cell phones as flashlights because we couldn't see anything. It's pitch black. I did learn, because it's at Teal Bend, that is where you go to die by mosquitoes. And people forgot. I doused myself in mosquito repellent before I left. Myself, my clothes, my being. I just made an aura of bug repellent. So everyone, they were sitting at the table at registration and they're like smacking their arm. And I was like, "You guys didn't put on mosquito repellent?" And they're like, "We didn't know it was going to be this bad."
When did you find out that it was like that? Because you put on mosquito repellent before you left.
Yeah. I knew it was like that the first time. We've been at this venue for they've done this thing like 6 years.
You knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember the first time when I got eaten alive, I said, "I will never do this again. I will always go prepared." And so the funny thing is, at the beginning it was mosquitoes, and then it turned into gnats. Like they weren't even trying to bite people. They were just landing on you and hitting you in the face. But it was really nice to see old coworkers and old bosses and like board members. I won a raffle. I won a silent auction. I shouldn't say you don't really win a silent auction. I guess you do. I won a silent auction, which is just a one-night stay at a hotel in Sacramento.
That's cool,
but
though.
downtown. Because we were talking about we wanted to like stay downtown and like go explore our own city. So I was like, when that popped up, initially it was only $75. And so I was like, 85, obviously. I got up to 100. So I was like, still, and I Googled to see how much the hotel was on a
Of course you
normal
did.
basis, and it's like $275. And I was like, okay, so I'm still paying less than what the cost is, so that's still worth it.
Because we did talk about that.
Yeah.
Because when we go downtown for, I don't know, just to go out or
Yeah.
something like that, I was like, hey, how about we just stay downtown every
Yeah.
once in a while just because? We're only 20 minutes,
Right.
15 minutes from downtown. But
Yeah,
every
just to
once in a
explore
while.
our own city. I was bummed because there was some real. So the one that I didn't bid on because I was like, why? It was a hunting trip in New Zealand, and it didn't. So what it included wasn't like a ton. It included, I think, the hotel, I think, but it included the whole like safari. It included your guide, the equipment, the license, it included all that stuff to go hunting in New Zealand. I was like, can I go without hunting? Can we like swap some things out and the flight instead of shooting things?
Well,
So I didn't bid on that. But I did bid on a trip to St. James, and I lost. When I say I'm mad because I lost by $25. I lost because I didn't realize I got a text message telling me that I got outbid,
that tracks.
and I was highly upset. So I lost a $3,600 trip over $25 and not seeing a text message.
Because
Made me real sad.
you shouldn't. You should check your texts.
But also what that means is next year, if you guys are in town, we should all go to this golf tournament so we can do raffles and
that was
bid
the
on
discussion
stuff.
too. We were talking about there's some people in our circle of family that have either picked up golf a few years ago or just recently started to pick up golf, and I was like, okay, I can go hit some balls over this next 12 months, and then I can put in a good
I
game.
want to try. I don't want, but the issue I have with Scooter starting golf, and we all know, is the obsession.
Yeah, but it's also
Because it's an expensive sport.
Yeah, it is to a point. The initial investment's always usually pretty high.
Yeah.
And green fees and stuff like that can be high, especially on So I totally understand that. It's also time and
Just go to Topgolf.
okay.
Okay, cutest thing though at this golf tournament, there was a lady who came with her husband, and so he had his whole golf bag because he golfs frequently, and he has it on his shoulder like you're supposed to. She comes up to registration and she's holding her golf bag by the two sides, and so he's like, "What are you doing?" And Yvonne was like, "Your husband should be holding that for you." And so her mom walks up and she's like, "What are you doing? Why are you carrying it like that?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" It was like a grocery bag, and her mom's like, "You have to put it on your shoulder." And so then the way she had it, that was like, they're gonna fall out. Like
You're gonna spill. You're doing it from the back end, right? And they'll dump
her husband's
forward.
like, she's had those clubs in this bag for approximately 1.5 weeks. She's never used them. This bag is the first time coming out of the house.
Oh goodness.
It was so cute. I was like, I know how to put a bag on at least, but it was the way she was holding it was just like, you really don't do sports.
No,
Like at all.
some people don't.
No, she just came to be dressed up and look cute,
I mean,
which she was.
that
and
is
have
kind of
fun.
a thing. I mean, they have a lot of the gym rats. The gym rats that go to the gym, they just do it to go look cute.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
a full face of makeup and
Yeah, like,
eyelashes and nails and
that's weird.
a lot of effort. Anyways,
My
my
good
good
thing, I did come out with like I'm wearing it, so I got a cool new shirt.
a what?
A cool new shirt.
Cool new shirt.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So the Sam Chase Trio is doing a little cross. What do they call it? A little stint across the pond.
Yep.
So they're going over the UK for I think a good almost 10 shows. Over
so.
there.
Yep.
Yeah. So he offered for people to get a shirt before he took off because this is the one they're bringing to sell over there.
Yeah.
I was like, Sam, I want one.
I need a shirt.
He's like, all right, my dude. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's kind of cool. I've never seen the trio.
You sure?
Yeah, not just
you're
the
right.
just
Yeah,
the
we always
strings.
watch,
It's always
traditionals.
Sam and the. We've never even seen a solo.
Wow.
What jerks we
Are
are.
you sure?
Yeah, we've never seen a solo show.
All right. They're very good.
Yeah,
I
we haven't.
the whole
we
band's
haven't,
good.
You
Yeah.
know, but maybe next time you'll wear the earplugs and you'll forget about that too.
It's fine. It's fine, guys. It's a Friday. I'm not gonna worry about his words today. All right, my last one.
You said two. Now you've got
I
4.
made up another one while you were talking. Love is Blind is coming back next
God
week,
help
and
me.
Scooter agreed to watch an episode with
Yeah,
me.
I will. I'll watch one.
Very excited. And the great thing is,
I watched one of the British ones.
Huh?
I watched one episode of the British one.
the British Love is Blind.
Yeah, with you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it.
What?
Yeah.
That was better than the U.S. one.
Well, now I'm just gonna be disappointed then.
Nah, because it depends if what you're looking for in it.
Context or content that's entertaining.
What? They have tons of content that's entertaining. I think the U.S. people are just more like pretty, quote unquote. I don't think they are. They're terrible human beings. I mean, they're portrayed as terrible human beings. Anywho's, that's my last one.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness.
That's so mean.
Why? I was like, I don't want to hear about.
Rant of the week. Rant of the week.
Rant of the week.
Right.
That's right. Cut me off.
I have 3.
I have nothing written down again.
Okay, I'm starting the first one.
Maybe it'll trigger something.
Why is it so annoying when you go to get gas and every once in a while you get a gas station that will like tell you that your tank is full and it's friggin' not? You know what I mean? Like it stops pumping and you're like, oh, maybe it needs me to do it again. You redo it and it goes done. And I'm like, okay, I have a rental car. I have to fill it before I take it back. So I did that 4 times because I thought I feel like it's an SUV. No, it was a Charger. I feel like I know the size of this tank's probably whatever.
Yeah.
I drove it a little over half, which to me means I need to put at least 8 gallons
I'm
in.
thinking, yeah, 5 to 8 gallons.
Okay, it stopped on 5 and I thought, no.
Ah,
No.
not a Charger has
No.
10 gallons.
Right. I'm like, I guarantee you I need to put 8 in. So I go to 5 and I do the thing like 3 times and it just won't do anymore. And I'm like, okay. I get in the car. It's not
3/4 of
friggin'
the
full.
tank.
I was like, mother. And the issue is I use an app for our business.
Yeah.
And if I try to do it again, my card gets closed for fraud because now I've done it twice. So now I'm like, I just want to punch you in the throat. Why is that so irritating that it can't just do it the right way? And I thought, well, maybe I need to hold it because I was doing the little, auto hold thing. So like, maybe I need to hold it myself and do it. And it still would stop. And I'm like, I know you're not full.
Sometimes if you hold it upside down, does that make sense? Like do it like this.
Yeah.
It gauges better. I've had that happen to me. So I had a similar situation. I've always had that problem with our SUV. Our SUV hates certain gas pumps.
Never had that.
That's why going out there, it just hates them. I don't know why. But it was when we were taking Mariah. I don't know if I told you because I had to fill up the U-Haul before we returned it. And it was just right down the road from where we're returning it. And I go in there, put my card in, everything goes through, and it basically goes back to the first screen. I was like, okay, am I getting one of those machines that just steal my thing?
Yeah.
So I'm going through the thing. No. So I did even the tap thing, did the same thing all the way back to the beginning. So I just go inside and I was like, I only need like $10 in this thing.
Yeah.
Right. So I went in and said, hey, on pump 1, do you have to pay cash or anything like that? I'll just pay cash. And she goes, no, it's just acting a little weird lately. And I'm like, should you tell someone? Like, how many people have you pissed off?
Right.
Because I was upset. I was like sitting there, I was like, I'm drained.
Right.
I mean,
yeah. We did 4 hours, 3 hours.
Well, that was just that day. I mean, we've driven through those a few days. We've done a lot of moving and this and dropping off and a lot of running around. So I'm sitting like, but yeah, it's like, why would you not put it on there going, just put a sticker on that says pay inside.
Yeah. Seriously.
So I would go around and go to the other side.
Right. No
That's
big
it.
deal.
Done.
Yes.
Why?
That's hilarious.
You just sit there. Oh yeah, it's been acting kind of weird a little while. I was like, why don't you tell somebody? Kind of like the seat thing that the airplane seat.
Yes.
It was like, tell somebody better.
Oh yeah.
Tell somebody that when you recline, you have to put it up and straight up. Hers just was reclining without being pushed the button.
Yeah.
So shouldn't you tell someone so that not everybody that sits in that seat is frustrated?
I should have.
Yeah.
But I did not.
Yeah, but the concept's the same. They always say, like, oh, it's not my problem. I said, yeah, it isn't your problem. But if you don't tell somebody, it is your problem. Now the next person's problem and the next person's problem. And I was like,
It's true.
you're just frustrating so many people by saying nothing.
It's true.
Just like, dude, it's broken. Tell someone.
Keith said, Scooter's gas idea works. A Costco employee told me the same thing. Can I tell you guys a random fact I just learned about Costco this week?
No.
Did you know some
you're
of them
good anyways.
have car washes?
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's a lady I follow who's in San Diego, and she was talking about going through the Costco car wash. And so a whole bunch of people commented. She's like, wait, everyone's Costco doesn't have a car wash? I was like, I've never seen a car wash at Costco.
Not at all.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting.
Because don't they partner with? I think they partner with somebody. I don't know who they partner with. Because I know Safeway partners with Chevron.
Yes. I don't think Costco partners with anybody. Costco's Costco.
But they might in different areas.
Mm.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Costco's a very elusive company. They do a lot of stuff with local companies when they're in the area.
That's true.
And I think that's why
gas stations
people are
aren't
so
really
receptive of them.
Local gas station's a big guy.
I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying it might be a vicinity thing. Because there's certain gas stations that are only in... When was the last time you drove into a Texaco?
They don't exist anymore.
Because they're owned by somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. Kind of the concept. Like...
Oh. They got bought out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's like Albertsons.
You don't think Costco's like buying up a gas station?
No.
Like a gas franchise?
No.
Why?
They just don't.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
How?
I did a research paper on Costco.
I was on the Facebook group and I asked.
I Googled it and the AI returned it and said, no, Costco's not owning gas franchises.
Like, Costco owns me, so stop talking.
That's exactly what it said. All right. Number 2. I don't like LA.
No.
I was there for 3 days and I've come to the conclusion I'm not an LA person. Let me rephrase and say that again.
Yeah.
I definitely don't like Beverly Hills.
Right.
I'll put that out there right now. I'm not meant to be there. I'm not the type of person that goes to Beverly Hills and enjoys it. Just not. I've learned that. I learned that this week. The funny thing is, it's not even the traffic. God forbid. I mean, it does take you an hour literally to get anywhere you want to go in LA. But it's just some of the people in some of the areas that I'm just like, yeah. No, I went to Koreatown. I thought this is legit.
That's different. Those are real
Safest
people.
Place I felt.
Yeah, they're real people.
Beverly Hills was... Oh, so I was walking... I don't think I told you this. I was walking to my appointment in Beverly Hills. And there was like these girls that were walking by me. And there were like people were sitting down at restaurants. And there was like on the patio seating. And there's a guy, as the girls walked by, he was an older guy. Start there. He was an older guy. They were younger. And he's like, oh, are you guys twins? And they're like, oh, no. Where's sister? She's like, oh my gosh, you guys look good. I was like, ugh. You could be their dad.
It's also LA.
I know. I just didn't like it. It was gross.
Which the sisters, they could have been 50 and had all the work done.
I just didn't enjoy LA this week. That's all I'm saying. Actually, I didn't enjoy all of it.
I enjoyed
Redondo Beach was cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hermosa Beach was cool.
LA is either a hit or a strong miss. It's never a strong hit.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way. It's never like a huge hit, but it can be a hit and a strong miss.
Yeah.
Like, because we've done LA trips where we had a really good experience.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah, I agree.
But it's also the strangeness of, and it's starting to happen in downtown of almost every place. It's like this, I think you put it perfectly. I can't remember what you said, but it has to do with the houseless people and then the really bougie, I'm wearing the fanciest clothes in the world on the same sidewalk, and not a lot of in between. No. It's one or the other.
Yeah. It's
and
like
that's what
I make $150, $75 million a year, and the guy who's like, I have no home and I'm laying in the middle of the street, and I was like, they're like, I'll just step over you because that's gross.
Yeah, and I was just like, there's some history behind that you read in history books that we go, oh my gosh, how can people live like that? And then we're living in that right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's if you're not aware of that, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah. Also, F off to the douchebags who passed me going like 50 and a 25 on a windy road in a neighborhood, or drove in the friggin' bike lane to pass me because I was going the speed limit. F you and your fancy car. I will honestly say, as they drove by, I thought, I hope you crash into a tree. I don't want you to die, but I do want you to total your car because you're a dick.
And they will. And then somebody will buy them another car.
I was so annoyed. Gorgeous area, though. Houses are beautiful. People, not so much. All right.
It does go without saying.
Yeah, I have one more. Do you think of one yet?
At rants?
Yeah.
I think I'd said, what did I even rant about?
You didn't. You just keep adding on to mine.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you know.
All right.
Oh, okay. The privileged guy, not privileged, but delusional. He was unprivileged. But he in the checkout line.
Today?
No, this is the other day. I was talking who was playing with his kid.
Oh, yeah.
So he made his kid cry, which it wasn't his fault. I mean, it really wasn't his fault. He put his kid on his shoulders, right? And the kid decided to flip his leg out, her leg out, flip her leg out. So he was like holding onto her arm so she didn't fall back on her head. And then she gets upset because it hurt her arm. And I was like, well, hurt your arm, but you're still alive.
Right.
So let's move on.
Yeah.
But he didn't say that. He was just like, oh, blah, 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 like, I'm like, okay. Move on. But once we got up to the line, like he's getting in there, he's having discussions in line with everyone, holding up the line, you know, and when he gets up there, now I understand if you're the only person there and it's really slow, yeah, get your kid involved.
Yeah.
Give your kid the stuff to put on the belt,
Right.
and, you know, even use the card, show them how things work.
Yeah.
Totally understand that. But while he's holding on to one leg, he's already hurt the kid by
Right.
doing something less than this. And he's picking the stuff out of his cart, handing it to the kid so the kid can put it on the belt.
God.
One item by one item by one item by one item.
He must love
And he
this.
probably had about 15 items.
Mm.
So while he's doing that, the other 7 people in line can't put anything on the belt.
Yeah.
Right? And he might have 10 to 15 items, right? Which takes up about half a belt.
Right.
I could have been putting stuff on the belt because I had like 3 things.
Right.
I could have easily put stuff there, put my little stick there, moved on. Nah, everything's spread out over this whole thing. It gets better. Gets better. He gets to the end. He's still holding on to the kid, and he puts his bag up there, the cold bag, and he goes, "Yeah, could you just help me with the cold stuff?" to the checker. I'm like, "Put your kid down and put it in yourself." I mean, we're talking. This kid is not like 2.
Right.
This kid's probably like 7 or 8,
Oh, jeez.
in a good mood,
Yeah.
and walks great.
Right.
She already wandered off twice earlier. So she's doing fine.
Yeah.
Put her down. The 7 people behind you are now at the mercy of like a 7-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Nah. And you're not, and it's like, you know, the people that feel like, well, I have a kid. I was like, yeah, people have been doing that since the beginning of time.
Right.
That's why we have population. That's literally how it works, right? Where do you think kids come from?
Right.
So put your kid down. It gets better. He's holding on a kid after they're loading up the bags. He pulls the receipt and he goes, I just want to check that I got everything
Oh,
that I
God.
needed today.
What?
And he's reading over the receipt. While he's reading over the receipt, she's pushing his bags to the side.
Yeah.
So that my one little bag can go there. And I said, I'll just load it myself. That's what I said to her. And I put my 3 little things in the bag and said, thank you. While I'm leaving, his bags are still filling up the whole thing. She can't do anything on there. And he's checking his receipt to make sure that he got everything that he wanted to
That's
get today.
psychotic.
7 other people in line.
Woo!
Half of them had kids. More than half of them had kids there too. And they were holding stuff.
Was it Sprouts?
Yeah.
Could have self-checkout. He could have self-checkout. Checked out.
He couldn't because somebody needed to put his cold stuff in a bag because it had his daughter on his shoulder.
This is why you can't go to the grocery store.
No, I just can't deal with. I can't deal with people that are so disconnected. That's why there's certain. I have issues, not issues, but I have a disconnect with certain youth communities because they're like so delusional.
Yeah.
And people that can't, just they have to look at their phone while they're driving.
Or when they're crossing a friggin' crosswalk.
Just like, you're not just going to annoy somebody, you're going to kill someone.
Yeah.
But I just feel like that's the type of person that would be like, oh, I got to play with my kid while we're driving. Now you're both dead.
Yep.
Like, dumb.
True.
Super dumb.
I agree.
That one. And everybody else in line you could tell was extremely annoyed, but but the other people that had kids that were standing up, they were helping carrying bags. they were putting stuff on the thing, or they just weren't part of the whole thing.
Right.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Now, if you're the only person in the store, let me reiterate on that again. If you're the only person in line and it's just you and the checker, you, your daughter, and the checker, cool interaction.
Right.
That's a very cute, that's very fun.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place, because now you're showing your kid, no matter who's behind you and who's
You're the
around
most
you,
important.
you're the most important
Yep.
every time that you come in here. And I was like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
We cannot live in a community like that. So they should just move to Beverly Hills
They should.
and
Get
they'd be
in.
Fine.
Perfect.
Stay out of Sacramento.
All right, my last rant. School budgets. So I had a meeting
Oh.
yesterday, which was upsetting. And again, this is all third-hand information, second-hand information, third-party information. But basically, the school district cut funding to the band. And they cut funding for transportation to events. They cut funding for uniform cleaning. They cut funding for band repairs or instrument repairs. And they told the teachers, ask your boosters to help pay for it. We'll scrounge up money this year, hopefully. We'll see what we can do. But ask your boosters for the extra money. They were getting $50,000 a year to do these things. And they want the boosters as parents to come up with an extra $50,000 a year. Starting right now.
Yesterday.
Because we have a competition next week.
Oh.
And I don't know that it actually got approved yet for the buses to take the kids to the competition.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So
Because they're still looking for money.
there might not be.
Right.
You might be going after. You might see POD.
I know. It's just, again, it's one of those things that sucks because, you know who didn't lose funding? Sports. And the thing that everyone says is, well, sports makes money. Cool. I'm glad sports makes money. Then they need less money? Because if they're making their own money, then they shouldn't need from such a big pot because they have money that they get to make. And we don't get the opportunities to make money like sports does. A band doesn't get to make money like that. They don't get to have a bunch of events and charge people. To get assistance when we have events is like crazy because now they're like, well, we have to pay a janitor to show up on this day. Well, you paid him to stay late for a sports game.
And I think that's kind of the thing is they do that for, and it sports does generate more traffic.
Yes.
We've known this since day one. You've known this. You're a sports person too.
I do. I get
So,
it.
I don't know how to get on this because
Just say it.
it happens all of the I mean, I've seen it. I saw it in high school. I saw it with my older daughters. I've seen it with our kids because I haven't never had to this day, I haven't had a child that's really a sports person. Yeah. Not that they didn't play sports. It wasn't their thing.
It wasn't their life.
Yeah. They just didn't pursue it as much as they did other arts, acting, theater, music, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's just what they were into. So I was like, well, then that's what we're going to go for. But those are always the ones that I've seen in my past that get cut.
Yeah.
Sports is always the one that gets the money. Why is that? Yes, they sell tickets, they generate cash. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Because they generate
generate money. Yeah.
So if you generate funds, we will support you.
Yes.
Not if it's good for your kid.
Right.
And that makes me sick.
I know.
Every single time. Because it's always, I've said this since I started working with schools and doing stuff. We have forgotten about the kids that are just going to have a normal life after high school.
Yeah.
We've totally forgot about them.
Yeah. They're going to go get a job and
do
things.
Maybe be a general manager of Pet Boys. Is that even a thing still?
probably not.
A general manager of Target,
Right.
or they're going to be, they're going to be something
They're
to
gonna go
them,
live
and they're
life.
going to have a good
Yes.
life. But for some reason, we have assistants for the kids that are doing super poorly
Yeah.
or acting out all the time, and we have programs for somebody that's straight A's and doesn't miss a day of school.
Yeah.
But 75 to 80% of the rest of the kids, we've got nothing.
Yes.
So shove them in sports. They're a freaking hero for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then they have to restart. What are they falling back on? What are they falling back on?
Nothing.
You know, they learn how to work in it as a team.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love sports. I love individual sports. I love team sports. I love all of them. There's nothing to that. But that's not everything you do the rest of your life.
Right.
It's a small portion of what you do. Like if you go in with that mindset as a team at any retail store, you're going to get like, you're an idiot. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, huddle up. We're going to take on I was like, no, we're not fighting people today.
Yeah.
We're helping people.
Yeah.
Right. So what are we doing?
I agree.
So.
All right. That's my last rant.
Skills. Give them the real skills.
You ready for some what's up?
I guess so. What are we doing?
What's up?
In your area.
Sacramento.
What's up in you?
Hold on, I gotta read Keith's comment first.
Oh.
He said,
Can we finish? Okay.
well, it just came in.
It's so random.
It just came in.
I know, but you wait till the segment's over and then we kind of
I can't
revisit it.
determine when it comes in.
Yeah, but it's still there.
Oh, you're saying don't say anything and wait till we do this and then do it again?
Yeah, it's because now it's just we have no continuity in the show at all.
Never have we ever. The arts always get cut first. We fail to see the connection between the arts and the other disciplines and nurturing the whole person. Sorry, this is a big issue for me.
It's a huge issue. It's a huge issue for the development of the human brain.
Yeah.
I mean, we ignore so much of the other development in a human's brain, like communication and creativity and how to, if you come across something that you're like, whoa, I don't know what to do with that. Creativity has to come into mind.
Yeah.
Not just like, well, we go through it. I was like, well, no, I mean, we don't get to do that. Right.
I also feel like if they don't find art so important, then why is it a requirement to graduate high school?
So many of them.
I don't understand. Why is it a requirement to get a degree? If arts isn't important, why is arts considered part of becoming an adult and getting an education?
Do you know what is not?
Sports.
Playing a sport.
Yeah.
Playing a sport is not a requirement to graduate any system.
Right.
From grade school, high school, college, every degree does not require for you to play a sport.
Right. I know.
But yet it's literally because it generates money.
I know.
Because
schools are just big money grabs.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Totally is.
It sucks, but it's true. Once you have a kid in school, you'll realize as soon as they start calling you because your kid's not there, it's not because they care that your kid's not there. They don't care that your kid's not getting the education today. They're missing out on a check because your kid's not at school.
Because and if your kid's not there enough, they're going to charge you for it. So they're going to get your money.
They're going to get it back.
They're just looking for the money.
That's what a truant is.
Yeah.
Just means your kid's not there. All right, now we're back. What's up?
Sacramento. Hit it.
Tomorrow's homecoming in our little area of Natomas. Homecoming. Well, today's the homecoming game. Tomorrow's homecoming dance.
People to go there?
I'm just saying, what's up?
Weirdo.
Sacramento.
What's up in you?
2 festivals this weekend. Greek festival.
Yeah.
Bacon festival.
What?
Yeah. You don't eat bacon anymore, but yeah.
No, but I would eat bacon for a festival. I mean, I just feel like I've eaten so much bacon in my life that I've cut out bacon for years.
You have.
Not really on purpose. It's just like
Just stop eating. Well, you didn't want it, so I stopped cooking it.
Well, and then Mariah moved out.
Yeah.
Mariah
she was our bacon eater.
Every day.
Our baconator. All right, one more in Sacramento.
What's up in you?
There's a comedian named Godfrey that's coming to the
I know who this person is.
Sack Punchline, Punch Bowl, Punch something. The comedy place.
Well, in case you want to go there, we have no clue what
Google
it is
it.
and who they are.
Google
But,
Godfrey Sacramento.
Comedian. It's such an
Put it together.
informative podcast, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, Fresno.
What's up in you?
They have the big Fresno Fair. That's how the commercial goes.
Does it really?
Yeah.
It
Literally.
sounded rehearsed.
That's how it
That
goes.
was well done.
Thanks. Some childhood memory right there.
Is it trauma?
I I've never been. Have I ever been?
Oh, so
I've never been in the Fresno Fair.
It's drama.
I
You
don't
just
like.
heard about it all the time.
Yeah, it's
Never got
commercials.
to go.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been. It never sounded appealing either.
So sad.
It's Fresno. It's like 800 degrees right now. Like,
Yeah,
why
but
am
it's
I
also-
going outside?
That's also as a kid. It's like you just were left out.
I don't think we were. None of us went.
Yeah.
Olympia.
What's up in you?
You
Olympia?
have Oktoberfest. What?
Really? The
Yeah.
whole city?
The whole city. I don't know. Somewhere in there's Oktoberfest happening.
Oh my
Not that
gosh.
big. Just Google it.
This is
Seattle.
something's happening in you. We're gonna talk about random stuff and Google it
I
because it's
didn't-
probably happening.
The Great Pumpkin Beer Festival is happening in Seattle.
Where's that at?
In Seattle.
It's a big place. Where at?
Google it.
Oh my gosh.
One more thing in
These
Seattle.
segments used to be so much more specific.
One more thing in Seattle. I ran out of time today.
You have one job. This is really your only segment.
I had to deal with life today. I volunteered for over half the day. I
Okay.
volunteered, I worked, I parented, I fixed dinner. Here we go again. Ooh, here we go again.
That's why. See where you hit that? This is why I moved mine this way.
That's
I
fine.
apologize.
Seattle.
What is up in you?
On Saturday, I heard you can see the Northern Lights
I heard.
in Seattle this weekend.
Really?
And I'm kind of jealous.
That's pretty
I
dope.
want to see them. Hopefully it's not like cloudy and overcasty.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, I know. So if you're there and you do it, take pictures. I want to see.
Or hopefully there's no overcast.
That's what I said. I said overcasty, but same thing.
Because I'm kind of going, nah, it should be pretty clear this time of year.
Last one, Houston.
What's up in you?
Scooters are going to make fun of me because I have no idea what this is, but they have an Otaka food festival. and
Otaka?
Otaka.
What's Otaka?
Don't know. That was what it was
The
called.
worst segment ever.
I'm not a news reporter.
No,
I'm
but
a Googler.
So many times this segment's been so specific. It was like from 4 to 5 at this place. Today it was just
oh,
like
yeah, no.
this thing called
I
Otaka.
had 4 minutes.
That's not my fault.
I didn't say it was. I said how much time I had.
It's not
Did
their
I?
fault.
I didn't say it was their fault either. I said how much time I had. Anyways, Google it if you want to go to any of those things.
Do you see the way she
The
flicked her
Google
finger
exists.
just now? She talks to me like that all of the time.
Oh, see? Thanks, Darrell. I think it's Portugal food. Portuguese. Portuguesa.
Portuguesa.
I love food festivals.
That's from Portugal.
What, Portuguesa?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Portuguese food.
Yeah.
Anybody knows what that is?
It was
Right next to Spain.
Oh, okay. You've been?
No, I've seen it on a map.
Oh, nice. Me too.
So if I saw it on a map, it must exist.
Must exist. Okay, so Scooter wants to do this segment
I do?
called Our Notes from the Week.
No, I didn't say that at all.
He doesn't know what any of these notes mean. but
No.
He wants to talk about them.
No, I didn't. I said grab the notes from the last few
Here we
weeks
go.
because you said we didn't talk about them.
You ready? I'm going to say this one, then I'm going to get you a beer.
All right.
Who would... my notes will make a lot of sense.
No, they're full of stars.
They're flowers. If you heard blank talking about blank,
Oh, yeah.
it would upset you. Who are your 2 people? And go.
Okay, it's not a time thing, so I feel rushed, but it's not a time thing. No, the whole idea was I think we saw it on. It just happened on S&G podcast, and it wasn't a segment, but it was kind of just a conversation. If you and I'm looking at it like this way, somebody it can't just be your friends. It has like somebody popular, somebody famous, that kind of thing. If there's 2 people that you found out, you met them in person, and all they did was talk bad about the other person, who would those 2 people be that really would like just break your heart? And I really feel like, I mean, I know she can't, there's 2 people she can't mention because we already knew who they were going to be. But me, there's so many, right? Because I feel like musician wise, I mean, and it could be somebody that's passed away or anything, or whatever, just anybody throughout time. I just feel like, everybody knows that Michael Jackson and Prince had a beef. We all know this. I mean, if you don't know this,
Now you know.
yeah, I can't go further than that. But yeah, they had a beef. And I'm on Prince's side. Just putting it out there.
Obviously.
But realistically, like, who would it be that the two, musician wise, it'd probably be like somebody like Prince, right? Having a beef with somebody else. But I always want to think about actors. Oh, here's two actors.
Okay. They can't already have a beef.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
I would be so distraught if, look, I even did the,
Yeah, you did.
you see the hand move?
I did.
I'd be so distraught
Oh, God. Okay, go ahead.
if I met Keanu Reeves
Mm-hmm.
or I met Jeff Goldblum,
Oh.
and either one of them spoke negatively about the other.
I thought you were going to say Ryan Reynolds.
I think there's some people that I could see him annoying a lot of people. No, his energy is too much for a lot of people, and that's
Yeah.
totally fine. I think he's a lot for people.
Yeah.
I think his energy is great, but I'm sure there's other people in the industry who's like, wow, that's just too much.
Yeah.
But it would be Keanu Reeves and Jeff Goldblum. I feel like it would just break my heart because those two human beings look at the world in awe, and
Yeah.
like they still like appreciate the world and appreciate the positive things and appreciate the art and appreciate. So if they had a beef with each other, I'd be just, it would crush me.
You ready for
that'd be
mine?
right.
Mine are fictitious characters, but I'm gonna use them anyways.
Oh no.
If Perry Mason and Matlock talked bad about each other, it would really hurt my feelings.
Oh, what's the gal from
Murder She Wrote, Angela Lansbury. Don't throw her in there.
No, what was her character though?
Well, I think her name was. I actually cannot remember her name.
But
I want to say it was Jessica.
Gotta be the
No.
character though.
I don't know.
That's really good.
I think it's Jessica, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
that's
Perry Mason and Matlock
really
because
good.
it would hurt my feelings. Just saying.
That's really good.
I'm an old timey courtroom show person, mystery show person. It would make me sad.
Okay, so those are fictitious. What about real people?
They are real people.
Do you know what
Well,
fictitious means?
I already told you my first two, and you say I can't say them
No,
again.
you can't because we just know it. I mean, before I even asked the question, and when it came out of my mouth, I know the two people.
But because we already talked about it.
But they've already performed on stage together, so they're fine.
Doesn't matter. That's why it would make me so sad.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran
Eminem.
and Eminem. We know. We know.
Two more people?
Yeah,
Some of the
I
ones
told
like.
you this weeks ago that you were gonna have to come up with two more people.
I didn't do it.
Hence why you wrote the note down.
I know. It's gone now. I don't know, guys. Ludacris. Ooh.
And who?
Who else do I like that's like Ludacris status? I mean, obviously Eminem, but I can't throw Eminem back in there. Stop it. He's dead now, so it'd be really bad. You're saying dead or alive?
Because I talked about.
Oh yeah, if Ludacris and DMX had a beef, I'd cry.
Yeah.
Who do I pick? I can't choose.
Nah.
I won't choose.
No, you can't. That's the whole point. Is that
Yeah.
they're these people that you're like, yeah, that appreciate the craft and would appreciate the other person's craft.
Yes. Oh, now I want to listen to DMX.
Great. It's gonna be a crazy Saturday tomorrow.
It is. It gets real aggressive when
Woo.
DMX comes
Yeah.
on. All right, next
I'll have
note.
to make sure that punching bag's working.
Next scooter note. Where is
Oh.
it at?
These are notes that I say.
Yeah, it's random things Scooter says while we're watching TV.
Ah.
Let's
Just
see.
before, and then we're gonna do the next two segments. Or
So we could talk about what you're gonna add to your 5-minute joke session.
oh, because here's what happens is like, if the mics were turned on all the time, this would be hilarious. A very hilarious podcast because I'm very reserved here. If you know me in real life and have sat down and had a real conversation with me, this is Scooter light.
I don't know if you would say number one though to anyone but me.
Yeah, depends if it got a laugh. Not on here.
You
I
shower
don't
in the
think
mirror.
No, not in here.
Okay.
Not here.
All right, second part though.
You want to hear the unedited version of that joke? It's a good
Have
joke.
I'll send you a voice note. Deplaning butt flakes. That was your other thing.
What?
Deplaning butt flakes.
Well, there is a thing.
Go ahead.
For some reason, when you're in a plane, and we always take like weird times of the day when it's us two.
Yeah.
Times of the day. So there's a lot of people that are 60 plus.
Yeah.
Just in
That
general.
is true.
When we take a flight, because I like to sleep in, we take like 3 p.m. flights.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm getting there. But I've always been like that. Since I don't like early flights. I don't like super late flights.
Yeah.
But for some reason, as soon as, the little seatbelt thing goes ding and you can unbuckle and everybody starts to move a little bit, everybody craps their pants. Like they've been holding in a fart
for a whole
for the
55 minutes.
Whatever the length of the flight is. It could be an hour and a half, could be an hour, 2 hours. They're holding in their fart the whole time. And for some reason, they all just, it's like an orchestra. You don't hear it, but boy, do you feel the waft of air.
So gross.
And you smell it. I'm not lying.
No, you're not wrong.
And so you just hold your breath.
Yeah.
And then that's the kind of that I never understood why everybody had such a big beef about people wearing masks on planes.
Right.
I want to wear one no matter what.
Just for landing.
Just for landing. For the butt flakes. The deplaning butt flakes. When we deplane, why are all the butt flakes in the air? It happens almost every time.
And that was part of Scooter's 5-minute joke fest.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The other one was also hilarious, but we're going to not talk about that one.
The other one's a little bit more aggressive.
Yes. Okay, I have 2 things to also bring up, and then we
Oh.
can go into Advise Me Not, even though we don't have a topic today.
We didn't do shout out either. So,
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll get there.
okay.
Next.
Good thing you're reading the paper in order.
Specs Gonzalez. Okay, I'm gonna let that one roll
Specs.
off. Roll
Yeah,
off.
Specs was the
that's not
comedian
what I
guy.
was gonna talk about.
Oh.
There's a new comic book store in South Sac, and it's called Constellation Collective.
I did not know about this.
I learned this at the golf tournament today. One of the teachers, the one who I was telling you about, whose daughter plays D&D,
Yeah.
his friend opened it. The guy used to be like a education software developer, and he retired, and this is what he wanted to do with his life. And I was like, oh, I gotta tell my husband,
No, we need to connect. I
Yeah.
need to find out who's the person you talked to today.
Matt.
Do you know his number? How to get a hold of him?
You call the front desk and ask for Matt,
At where?
the central office.
So he works at
Yes.
GCC in the office.
I mean, I can ask Yvonne for his number.
Yeah.
She's works under him.
No, I want to
It's
connect
our
with him
employee.
because I want to work. I mean, if he comes from that kind of thing area, and that's what I was like, we know we could help. We could help each other.
Yeah.
Do stuff.
Right now, it's just comic books and collectibles, and he's big on Magic the Gathering. That guy.
Well,
He's got the oldie rare cards.
all I'm saying is if you open an FLGS,
He's talking nerd.
friendly local game store,
Oh god.
you have to. No, that's a real thing.
I don't want to say this on here, but that was an ick.
Not to the people that listen to me and want to. Here's what happens is, do you know how many times because I have a decently charismatic personality and very outgoing and very loud and into rock and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like my credentials get challenged as a nerd and as a geek all of the time.
Not here. It's a safe space here.
Sacramento seems to be a safe space for me.
I met in our house.
But in Sacramento, it's a safe space because I created it there.
Yeah.
But it took me years for people to go, who the F is this guy?
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? You're coming in here and you're married to a black woman. You play music. You're into heavy metal. You're not the atypical person that sits down and plays nerd games.
Yeah.
Well, I had to prove the point. I was like, I played D&D in the 80s and got in trouble. And, it was like kind of one of those things. So that's a real term. It's been around for a very long time.
Just saying.
But if you own one of those types of stores,
Yeah.
to keep the lights on and for it to fund itself and to pay for itself, you have to play Magic the Gathering. You just have to.
It's a moneymaker.
Wizards has made it to where you almost can't make it if you don't run tournaments. It's
One more
that's
place.
a whole nother discussion.
So have you ever heard of Fire and Ice in Sacramento?
I have. What is that?
Also a game store. My
No, I
friend-
haven't then.
Oh. It's a game store. It's like yeah. Anyways, my friend Yvonne's friends own it.
Okay, what is happening?
I know.
You're telling me this
It
on
was
a podcast?
this whole shirt. This shirt made the whole thing.
You're
today.
welcome.
I mean, I wore it.
I didn't sign it, but it's
signed
my
it.
logo.
So
Ariel designed it. So thanks, Ariel.
thanks me for wearing the shirt for you to bring time
That's
to
very true.
tabletop
I agree with that.
to the people. Anyways, yeah, that's what I learned today. 2 new places to check out. I added it to
That's
my.
great.
It was in my notes. There's something else in my notes. Maybe that's all. Let me double check, guys.
That's all.
Let me double check my notes. Everything else is really boring.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna go. What other? I have.
Oh,
notes,
you
too.
did have something.
What?
Ribbon dancing, flossing. So you said.
Ribbon dance. Oh, okay. Here's the issue I have, because I really love salted meats. Okay.
Beef jerky. In particular.
Primarily beef jerky, and especially the stuff that is like not tough to chew,
No, it's tough.
but good and real
It's like
dried out.
friggin' leather.
No, like it's dried out. Right? I don't need chunks of steak in there. It's like, let me have a steak then. Because the juicy stuff that's in a beef jerky bag,
It's sweet.
it's overcooked meat.
Yeah.
It's not cooked, but it's like you might as well order a T-bone well done. I'm not joking. And over salted.
Okay.
And then you have beef jerky that is in most of these bags.
Okay.
But there's been this one, I don't know what the company is. I think it's just called It's Jerky.
It is called It's Jerky.
Great meat. The meat's good. It's not over sugared. There's not a lot of brown sugar in it, if any. Even the sodium level is
Super low.
like half of what it normally is. And
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. So I was like, I will nom on that. But if I'm nomming on it, I have to have my dental floss. Here it is. Oh, it's upside down. Sponsored by Oral-B.
Sponsored.
No. This is the floss that we have around because it's compact. I don't know why we always buy this one.
Costco.
But that's what ends up. Okay.
They
so-
sell it at Costco.
Okay. But I don't need a floss that's going to ribbon dance around my teeth.
I do.
And it sees a piece of beef jerky and the floss goes to the piece of beef jerky and goes, how's it going, man? And slides past him going down the hallway. Instead of like, kick the guy out of the hallway. I need somebody to kick the person out of the hallway, not ribbon dance next to him.
Maybe you need waxy and not
I just need,
matte. What do we get? Silk smooth.
it's a ribbon. It's, they call them, what do they call it? Oral-B Glide.
Yeah.
It's the ones that's like, it's
You
flat.
need like the terrible
I need the
ones.
one that's like a rope.
You need a water pick.
I need a rope. You know those ropes you used
That's
to
gross.
have to climb
No, not that
in
one.
high school? That's what I need. Something to rip in there, kick that person out of the hallway.
Clip it.
Yeah, don't. Seriously, I need a floss that will kick the beef jerky out of the hallway.
Urel says, have you tried the Mexican beef jerky, carne seca?
What are you talking about?
We have not, but we're going to have to get him some. I don't know that I have.
Write that down.
I did. It says buy carne seca.
Oh,
I already did it.
beautiful. Trying it.
We will by Monday.
Yeah, we'll have something.
The issue is it's so hard in Sacramento to actually find like Mexican products that aren't like the basic, here's like, I'm going to say this very nicely, white people salsa and
Yeah.
like just canned chilies.
Well, because Sacramento
find
is
any dried
the
peppers.
capital, even though there's a very large Mexican population, but it's not.
Where?
But it's more diverse when it comes to food.
Maybe South Sac.
It's especially this area is very Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
The food here and stuff like that. But-
Maybe South Sac. Remember that one place we went to where I had to find dried peppers and it was like that big warehouse and it was amazing because it had like
Yeah.
everything. Maybe
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
I'm going to try there.
we're gonna try this weekend.
She said if we can't find it, she'll send us some.
We're gonna go searching over the next 48 hours.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I think we're supposed to go to a hotel tomorrow for an open house, remember?
Wait, no, I don't remember this at all.
I told you.
Why are we going to a hotel
Because it's
for an
new.
open house? Sounds like
and
a
they-
sex party.
No.
What are you talking about?
They were giving away swag bags and I wanted one.
Oh, that's right. What time?
I think it's like 10 to 1.
Gross.
But you have to be the first so many people to get the swag bags. So you have to be there at 10.
Well, you can come back and get me.
I'll just go and then come back without going
Get
back
2
again.
swag bags.
I'll see what they say. I'll just say I have split personality.
My husband's in the car. They're like, yeah, that happens a lot.
He's asleep. Okay, that's all I had. Now we're on this one.
Shout out!
Woo! Did you write anything down yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I have 3.
Oh.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Mariah was like, hey, Mom, there's like not rent, internet and utilities are coming due. Do you want me to pay for them? And I was like, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Just remember, 19. This girl is 19.
In college and working part-time. And I said, if you have it, feel free to take care of it. And she's like, okay, I'll just pay it. I just want to make sure, like, before I paid it, that
But those are, I mean, in this, we got to have this conversation. And I know everybody knows where I come from, but I have to reiterate, those are the humans in life that when they need help, you will climb over a mountain to help them.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out to help them, give them assistance, because you know they can do it on their own.
Right.
But they just need some help.
Yeah.
That's where I get so encouraged to help a person that really just yeah. So isn't that like
That's my shout out one. Number 2.
Okay.
I got to hang out with Yvonne. And Yvonne is somebody I worked with a very long time ago. And Yvonne is one of those people where, like, I check my message and I think I've talked to her like 2 months ago and it's been a year.
At least.
So there was a gap to where I thought I had talked to her and it had been like one of those 1.5 year time breaks. And she was like, oh, Sarah, it's crazy. My husband got cancer and passed away. And like, but he had passed away from cancer in like such a short time span. And I'm like, what the F? Like, how is that possible? And anyways, I was talking to her today and we were driving around in a golf cart. First, craziness. We walked first.
Did you drive?
Oh, God, no.
Oh,
I almost
would.
died last time. Yeah, I know. So the first time we walked and then we almost died because it was so hot. So we went back and we got a golf cart. So we're driving on the golf cart and just chatting and talking about life. And she was talking about her husband who had passed. And she's like, I really hope that me talking about it doesn't like make you like, and I hope it's okay to talk about. And I was like, I told her, I was like, you can, of course it is. Of course you could say what, like you could talk about him. I said, I just don't know how you do it without crying. And she's like, you know what? It took me a while, but also like I'm learning that we had a long time together and I was there for him throughout the whole thing. And like, I knew it was coming. And I'm like, I don't know that I'm that strong. I don't know that
You'd bail on me.
What?
You're like, I'm out. I can't deal with this.
I would not. I'd be there the whole time, crying by myself in a corner when you're not looking. It'd be fine.
You better cry with me.
No, one of us has to be strong. You know this.
Nah.
Yes.
Not if I'm dying.
Yeah.
I wanted to upset you.
I almost said a bad word. Almost.
I want it to upset you.
Of course it would upset me.
Well, not of course. I want to see it. I want to see the tears. I want to wipe them from your eyes and go, you'll be okay without me. Come on.
Stupid.
Just move on.
You would never say that.
Yeah, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Just not with another person.
Move on alone.
Move on. Be by yourself forever. Get a kid.
But we were talking about how she was like, I've never lived alone. Right? She's like, I lived with my family, went to college, had roommates,
Crazy.
moved in with we moved in with Jim and his sister, and then we got married, then we had kids, and she's like, this is the first time. She's like, I'm 61. It's the first time I've ever lived alone. And she's like, and it's kind of weird.
Does she have grandkids?
No. She has 2 kids who live in Reno. They both went to college and stayed in Reno. She has 2 sisters who one sister lives here, one sister lives in the Bay. And
I was going to say party grandma, but she's not a grandma.
No.
So.
And she's still like, I still have to work. I got 3 houses right now. I was like, because she has her house, the kid's house in Reno, and they have a cabin up near the.
What do you mean the kid's house? She pays for the kid's house?
They bought the kids the house. I think they pay the rent now, mortgage now, but they did buy the kids because they were both going to college in Reno, and they're like, well, it's cheaper than paying rent to somebody else for two people, so they just bought it.
But they also have a cabin somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it at?
Somewhere where I can't go.
Oh. Yeah. It's not in the green book.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Makes sense.
Anyways, that was my shout out number 2. Now what's yours? So I have one more.
I have to say, this is the time of year where I start appreciating eargasm. I'm obsessed. Because here's why I'm obsessed. These kind of things didn't exist growing up. Otherwise, if they did exist, my hearing wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
So my big shout out is to these products that actually do work. I've used different versions of them. I have the light up versions. I have the glowy versions. I have the regular versions. I have the Aftershock special.
I wish this was a joke.
I'm getting the Aftershock 2024 version.
How many concerts did you go to this year?
5?
Okay. So you have more than one pair for every concert you've been to?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Nah. Just depends on, how I feel that. No, there's 2 pair that just don't fit me. Those are the ones that I've made sure in a little tiny container I'm bringing with me for your ears, because you have bigger ear holes than I do.
I do. I hear it's because I listen more.
Huh.
It's facts.
Yeah. Oh God. So no, I have these weird ears that like the beginning opening of it is big and it goes small real fast. So if it's those inner ear like AirPods, I have to wear the big ones because they sit in your ear. They don't go in. They don't point into the ear hole.
Right.
But Eargasm, they have the small ones to where you can push them into the actual canal and they stay in there. And my favorite part about these things, it's so, if you've ever worn earplugs to a concert, you're sad because all you hear is whoa, 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 whoa. And you're like, but you're there for the music. You're not there to muffle the music. These, the only thing that it muffles actually is your own voice. Like you still have that feeling like you have earplugs on when you talk.
Like you yell all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you talk louder, which is totally fine, which is great because there's music playing, the other person can't hear you. So you're talking louder. But when you talk louder, but when other people talk, it lowers their decibels by like 15 decibels. So you still hear the crispness of the snare, the guitar, the vocals, the people talking next to you. You hear all of them just a little quieter. Just bloop. It's like just turning down the volume of a song.
I should wear those at home.
Oh, it's amazing. So, and they're just little filters that go inside of these little plastic earplugs, and some of the best things I've ever come across.
Ever invested.
And they're called Eargasm.
They are.
So I was like, I'm in.
All right.
So
last shout out. I don't know if you guys know this, but the Great British Baking Show is back.
It's back.
There's like 4 or 5 episodes right now on Netflix, and I'm in because it's the best show ever created on television.
Those are 2 more people. 2 more people.
That if they fought, you'd be sad.
That if they had a beef or said something negative about another person, it would be Richard Ayoade and Noel Fielding.
Ooh, that's good.
Those 2, if one of them said something in real context, met him in person, I was like, yeah, I mean, we work together, but it's like the stuff that he does, and he's just a dick.
Yeah.
I'd be like, and it's not, because that's not their joke style.
Right.
I'd be like, what is happening right now? What alternate universe am I
Why
in?
are my best friends fighting?
No, I just feel like those 2 people, because those 2 people are a completely different level of comedy that most comedians will never obtain.
Yeah.
They'll just never obtain it because they're comfortable in their own comedy. They don't need to do arenas. They don't do all that stuff. It's like, I just like being a comedian and doing the stuff that I do.
Yeah.
I don't need to have a Netflix special. I don't need to have this, but they're on shows all the time.
Right.
Not because they applied for it. Somebody wrote a role for them to be in the stuff. Like, I was like, that's, to me, yeah, those 2 people, man, that would break my heart.
Yeah. Okay, I have one more shout out, and it's more of a joke. So I have to shout out these arms right here, these little microphone arms, and let me explain why. Because the last ones that we had my favorite saying of, these are the best ones. I'm never going to have to buy another one ever again.
It's true.
They had the label, and as soon as he said it, I thought, why did you even say it?
What?
Why did you even say the last ones we had were the best ones?
These didn't even exist when I got those.
Doesn't matter.
Didn't exist.
Doesn't matter. Literally, your statement was, this is the best one. I'm not going to have to buy another one ever.
Until there's a better one. I didn't say
said.
that, but that's implied.
Just stop saying it.
Oh, okay.
Just stop saying it's the best one. And I'm not going to buy it.
At the time,
you get my
it
hopes
was.
up thinking this is it. Finally, we're
at
good.
the time.
We can not buy any more equipment.
Well, I need to move some
and
stuff
then
around.
you buy more equipment.
Yeah, because I punched it 3 times. You punched it once. So I found out this is how it needs to be set up. I moved mine off camera and see this. See, it's like now my right hand and left hand can do stuff.
Do you want me to move mine?
You can,
Just
but
kidding.
you have to do this.
No, I'm not doing it. It's too much effort.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this button here.
Ooh.
Advise me not.
So it's more of a
you have
question
one?
and less
Oh,
of an advice.
I have things.
Here's our quotes.
Yeah, and then we talk about them.
Okay, I'll go first.
Sounds good.
Do you feel like you should be responsible for holding your partner accountable when they make goals?
Me?
Jeez. It doesn't matter where it's at. You're going to punch it.
Me or in general? Well, I went to grab it and I missed it.
You and in general.
I think it depends on the goal.
Okay, what's a goal that you think you should hold them accountable?
If they ask you to hold them accountable, then that's a goal that I should hold them accountable for.
Are you good at that?
Oh, I'm playing this fence, bro. I'm playing this fence.
Are you good at that,
Holding you accountable?
Scooter?
To you?
Scoot. Yeah.
No, not at all. Not to you.
Even if I ask.
Nah, I can't do it.
Why?
I just can't do it.
But then it feels we're on the same team when you don't hold me accountable.
Okay.
Because I'll hold you accountable if they get mad at me.
Yeah, I get frustrated. I was like, I'll do what I want.
I know I asked you for help, but don't do it.
Yeah, don't take away my rock star status. Um,
Why do you find it so difficult to be like, listen, you said you
'Cause-
want to do better. So why are we in the same place?
well, realistically, but how would I hold you accountable? Because it's like the things that you tell me you want to do less of, you do them by yourself. I don't encourage you to go do the things you say I want to do less of. I don't do that. I don't encourage that at all. I'm actually drinking less hard alcohol than I have in years.
Yeah.
Because in years. That
Okay.
is fact. Maybe not more than 2 years, but hard alcohol.
Yeah.
Beers, not so much. I love my beers. So that's not on me, you know?
But you could be like, you said you didn't want to do that, so why are you
but
doing
why
it?
why would I say that
You
to
said
you?
dumber things to me before. Like, why is that the breaking point?
Well, because
You
then
said
I
more
feel like I'm not.
slappable offenses.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like I don't. I don't want to be that.
I've never slapped
person.
him, by the way. I'm just saying.
You punched me, but I guess that's
Not in the face. Just a little arm tap. Little
She does
arm
not
tap.
have taps, but
Barely. I
no,
don't
but
even
it's
have
like
muscles. It's like barely.
it's consensual. My name is like, hit me harder, right there. Oh
Gross.
yeah,
No. It's not right.
yeah. To hold you accountable, I was like, I can't say that, but I feel like I'm good at like trying to not have those things in the house.
Mm,
The things that are kind of like, I have a weakness for meat and cheese.
yeah.
So we go for long durations in the house where there isn't any.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, like I love ice cream.
Yeah.
I won't buy it. I won't buy meat and cheese. I won't buy, those. I'll buy beer
Right.
because it's like, that's still a vice. But it was like, I slowly take those out of the equation.
So you're saying my accountability is on me.
When was the last time I stopped by a bakery and brought you baked goods because you love baked goods?
Never.
Never. Why?
Because you think I won't like them.
No, because I know you're going to be picky about them. But even if they're delicious, then I know they're the stuff you like. Because you say almost on a weekly basis, I need to eat less baked goods.
It's true.
So I just don't buy them.
So you do hold me accountable.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say you shouldn't be eating that cookie. I was like, I'm not going to say that shit. I'm just not going to say that to another human being. I'm just not.
But so you're holding me accountable, but you don't say that you're holding me accountable.
I guess. It's more of like telling you you're doing something wrong will never fix the situation
Mm.
when it comes to being an equal partner.
Okay.
Because you're my partner. You're not my
Roommate.
you're my roommate. But that's part of being a partner. We're equals. So it's a peer thing.
Yeah.
So it's like me telling you already know that you don't want to eat more baked goods. You already know that. So me telling you that, what's that going to do?
Remind me that I'm failing.
But you already know that when you go pick up baked goods, you've already had that conversation in your brain. You've already had it.
But maybe I need some correction, like a puppy who's peeing on the floor.
No, you're not a
Spray in the
puppy.
face.
You're a peer. You're an equal of mine. You're my partner.
Not when I'm failing myself.
Ah,
I'm less than
no, you're not.
when I'm not doing.
You're
what I'm
never
supposed to be
less.
doing.
You're never less than my equal or my partner. Doesn't matter what you do. You're never less than. So there's no way. Nah, I couldn't do it.
Okay.
Because you're by far one of the smartest people I know.
Yeah.
And you've already made that decision. You've already had the conversation with yourself and you said, I'm going to do this.
Okay.
I can't change that.
So
I can't change that.
We're on this journey of we're trying to get back into movement.
Yeah.
Can you hold me accountable there and be like, let's get up and go do something?
I said that the other day the nicest way I could was, and
But you didn't say. So you said stop 30 minutes early and go exercise.
I didn't say stop 30 minutes earlier. I did not. Did not say that. I did not.
What did you say?
I said, when you've made a choice to you're done working and you come downstairs and sit on the couch and wait for me to be done with whatever I'm doing, why don't you do those movements then? That's what I said.
I thought you said 30 minutes early.
Nah. What?
So it's
I said when you were ready to come down. You don't have to do 30 minutes early. It's when you come down. Because when you come downstairs, scroll on your phone and sit on the couch because you never tell me when you're going to be done. You've rarely.
Don't say never.
Okay, but
Consistently.
it's very.
I don't consistently tell
Nah.
you.
Oh, or you'll tell me and it's a different time that it actually happens.
Oh, the nerve.
That I'm not. These are not false. But you will come downstairs and you'll sit on the couch, and I go, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Oh, just scrolling. Just waiting for you." You said that.
I have.
Yeah. Well, at that point, when you're waiting for me to be done with whatever I'm doing, do some yoga, do some sit-ups, lift some stuff. I mean, you've done it. I've seen you do it.
Yeah.
Like, I have seen you do it, and you enjoy it. So do it.
So would you ever, when I say I'm on the couch, would you ever say, hey, don't forget that you wanted to do some movement today?
I don't know if I would, because realistically, you again have already had that you didn't forget.
But sometimes
You
I
had the
don't think
conversation.
about it. I'm like, my brain's dead and I just want to sit and do my crossword, and then you're out of the room and then we're done. Do you think I'd be offended if you're like, hey, don't forget that you wanted to do blah, blah, blah today?
It's not about you being offended. It's more about me. It's more about me crushing, or not crushing, but demoralizing your spirit, or is that the right phrase?
Yeah, it is a good phrase.
It's more about that I don't, because I do it in other areas in our life, and I'm working on those every single day of like, why do I say this to my wife? And I need to fix that. So why are we adding another thing that opens up the whole world of me doing that again or more often?
So you know what I liked when accountability wise, which I feel like is the best way to hold someone accountable, is like when you guys agree to do the same things and you're like, hey, I already did mine today.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to drink more water? Hey, I've already had all my water today.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, shoot, I didn't have enough. Then I have to. I'm a loser.
We did that on the Center app.
We
for a
did.
while. I'd like to get back to the Center app for sure. We do have a date with Destiny.
/ Carl.
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah.
We do have a trainer we're going to go meet up with for jiu-jitsu on the 15th, October 15th. I'm hoping, what my whole point is to like turn.
What time is that?
2 p.m.
Okay.
It's on the off days of our
Yeah.
therapy, which is at 2 p.m., but it's the same time, same day. That way we just try and leave that day free as much as we can. Yeah. So I'm hoping that we'll get in there, like movement with purpose,
Yeah.
right? Because I feel like movement for no purpose is what are we doing? But I did mention to you the other day, I was like, you used to come down and say, hey, you ready to go for a walk? And I was
Yeah.
like, man, it's been like 2 weeks. And I'm like, she said nothing. So I guess she doesn't have time to do that
But
right
you
now.
could say, hey, let's go for a walk.
I could, but realistically,
Because sometimes I get so in the weeds and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 6 p.m. I have to go make
yeah,
dinner.
that's true.
You could be like, hey, let's go,
But
let's
we
go for a
can't
walk.
establish a time of day to do it because
No.
every day changes.
Right. It's just a feeling. Of
And it's
my
just a
brain's
walk.
tired.
It's more of a like, and it's not even exercise. It's just like mental health more
Yeah.
than it is physical health.
It's a break and we have a conversation and we walk around the block.
You
I mean,
talk about work and we walk around the
Not
block.
all the time. Sometimes I talk about people. All of you, I talk about you. All right, that was my question I had.
What was the question?
Can you hold your partner accountable?
Yeah.
Will you hold your partner accountable?
Me personally, no. I mean,
You won't verbally hold me accountable
maybe in other actions, maybe I will.
because you bought me a chocolate ball today.
How about you too?
It was so fun. So whenever Scooter goes to Sprouts, he used to always bring me a truffle.
No, I still always. I missed one time. One time.
Okay, he brings me a truffle. And then the other day we were sitting on the couch and he went to Sprouts and it was like nighttime. And I was like, oh, I haven't had my truffle today. I was like, oh, did you get a truffle? And he's like, no. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, Caleb, I didn't get you a truffle.
I was so distraught because I'm very consistent when I was like, if I go to Sprouts, I grab one, her little candy thing. It's like 80 some cents. And I bring it home and that's for her. No matter what I got, whether it be beer, fruit, what if I just go to Sprouts, I get her the thing.
Yeah.
Man.
Did you get fruit today?
Nah.
Okay.
Was I supposed to?
You're the one who said we're out of frozen fruit.
Well, you said you were going to get it yesterday.
Well, Costco didn't have any fruit.
I understand the reason.
Also, everyone be aware there's no toilet paper at Costco again. Just say. It's a rough time again.
There's a hurricane that's affecting a few states in our country right now.
We're out of toilet paper.
So the rest of the country is panicking.
Panic mode. There's something about strikes too happening. I didn't really understand what.
No,
I mean,
it's-
pay attention. But yeah, there's no toilet paper at Costco again, so that's fun. Anyways, there's no toilet paper or frozen fruit, except
So-
for the berries. And Scooter hates the ones with the berries in it.
What? It's not about the berries. It's about the seeded berries.
Yeah,
You
which
can't
is like
digest
most
them.
berries.
Like,
You can digest them.
they go through your stuff.
Yeah, it's fine.
You have little nuggets.
Oh, see, the toilet paper hoard. Yavrell says the toilet paper hoarding is because of the port strikes. I just want to be like, guys, it's gonna be fine.
Do you know what? Well, it's not going to be fine. Do you know what we need to all invest in is a bidet.
That's not the answer.
What do they call it? Booty squirty. What do they call it? What is it called?
It is a bidet.
Yeah, no, but there's a tighty squirty. There's a brand that everybody's like getting because it's so cost efficient, cost effective, and it actually has like a travel version.
Could you imagine a bidet in this house? We're not doing it.
What do you mean?
We'd have to have one in all the bathrooms.
Yeah, I would never leave the bathroom. I was like, my butt is clean.
And Keith made a very valid point, which I feel like people understand. Toilet paper is made in the USA. It's not shipped in. We're not going to run out of toilet paper. I don't know. People are crazy. I just wanted some toilet
Well, it's not
paper.
only that too. It's like, I mean, toilet paper is realistically, however we look at it,
Is-
it is a convenience.
Yes.
Get a towel. No, I'm just saying, it's not your only option of cleaning your ass. It's not the only option.
Just take
That's
a
what I'm
shower
saying.
every time you go to the bathroom.
Go in there and just hose it off like a bidet.
Not getting one. See, you're all suffering over there. That's what
Well,
I mean.
I agree with that. It was like he's talking about TP is made in the USA, not shipped in. LOL. Yes, Urel. And here's the other side, the flip side of that coin. Tell that to all of Houston is what Urel says, but tell that to Arizona. Arizona's having a huge problem with everybody hoarding bottled water and toilet paper because
We
of the
are
ports.
too.
And I'm like sitting there
just
going,
like,
what?
guys, I just needed
Like,
some toilet paper.
They don't ship in stuff that was made from.
Also, toilet paper is already expensive, so the fact that now I have to go spend like twice as much money just to find some toilet paper,
Yeah.
I'm annoyed. I'm upset. Yes, first world problems. I'm upset.
But I was like, we got to just remember that some of these things are conveniences.
I need toilet paper.
You don't need
I
toilet paper.
need toilet paper.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm about to go buy the commercial one where everybody has half a ply. Figure it out.
Okay, and then we'll say, read it.
Oh, Ural says, same here. Houston has a port on strike. Water and TP is gone everywhere. They're saying.
What?
The question I have about the water. Let's go water. You have water in your faucet. It's not like
But I didn't understand.
The port's not
Do you remember last time
stopping
this happened?
COVID. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. We didn't run out of toilet paper then either.
I was like, but I'm just going,
I mean-
understanding.
COVID actually made more sense because people couldn't go to work, so they couldn't manufacture toilet paper here. That actually made sense.
There's no person taking a piece of paper and putting it on a cardboard tube and rolling it up and then setting it inside of a plastic bag. There's nobody doing that. It's all automated.
Well, someone has to watch the machines.
Two people.
I agree. I'm just saying, COVID, I actually kind of understood that people were concerned. I don't understand running out of water.
Shelter in place. I was like, so you have to stay at home, right?
Yeah.
And wipe your butt at home.
Right. Take a shower.
Before you were wiping your butt at work, so the toilet paper just now is all. I was like, I'm just so confused.
Yeah. I don't get running out of water. You weren't drinking this much bottled water to begin with.
Nobody was drinking water.
What does a strike have to do with bottled water?
They were drinking Arizona iced teas. They were drinking
Soda.
Mountain Dew and coffee. I mean, that's the American dream. So, all right.
Oh, and last thing. Your says Pasadena, which is where I live, actually has a water manufacturing company, and they still bought all the water.
It's insane.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like,
There's water in your faucet. Now, if your city or state is like, hey, guys, there's no more groundwater, then you should panic.
That's different.
That's when it's getting real.
Yeah.
If you run out of groundwater, I get it.
But run out of bottled water? Wow. How have we gotten to this point?
Go buy a Brita. You can buy a Brita filter and just
Screw
pour
Brita.
it.
Turn on the hose.
Listen, people can't be drinking their faucet water.
It's
We do. We don't care. But there are certain people.
I don't, because our fancy fridge spits it in a thing and I can pour
But
it
before
quicker.
that, I mean,
I was always, my water bottle before we got this fridge was always from the faucet.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Like 99.9% of the time
Yeah.
it's from the faucet.
Yeah. My cousin right now is going crazy, sending me pictures and videos of her kid. I think I've had since we've been doing this, I think he got his first haircut from my aunt today. I know. And so she sent a video and 18 pictures, and I'm like, I can't wait to see them.
And also you're like, and we're 5 kids deep, right?
Right.
So we're like, first time, huh? Yeah. It's like, we know the drill. It's like when you have a first kid and you have young ones, it's adorable to watch.
Yeah. I'm all for it. Send me the pictures.
So what was the topic?
We're talking about holding your partner accountable.
So there's a thing that where was it? This is something that I watch a lot of podcasts. Oh, that's another thing.
Okay.
But we're also live on the product that did this to me.
On the Ube.
On the Oobs.
Yeah.
We were on the Oobs. So Oobs decided just the other day, within moments. Oh, and do a little one too.
Yes. Yes, sir.
I'm glad you didn't go further with that. Because no, my lineage, it doesn't go that way. Well, yeah, my dad's lineage for sure. So I watch a lot of podcasts that are usually comedian podcasts, but they're not funny, if that makes sense. They more talk about real stuff and how the brain works and those kind of things. So this last statement was about apologizing, and I'm hoping Sarah can hear that from here. Okay. So, this is a statement by Neil Brennan, right? Apologizing is understanding that you are not. No, this wasn't Neil Brennan. This was. This is his podcast, Neil Brennan with Dan Harmon. I think Harmon said this. Dan Harmon. If you don't know who that is, look him up because you're missing a lot of cool things that this person created. Apologizing is understanding that you are not the protagonist in the story. At best, you are the bad guy. That's it. It's insane. Kind of just looking at this, like, how do you unpack that? How do you unpack that? Apologize and understand that you are not the protagonist of the story. The story is not about you. As soon as you can understand the story is not about you, and you apologize, realizing the story is not about you, and at best, you are the bad guy. And the example that he gave was, most of the time, you're just a chair. Most of the time, you're a mat. Most of the time, you're the wall in the story. You're not even the bad guy. The bad guy at least has a role, right? So
Yeah.
I thought that was amazing. Something to think about when you're apologizing to somebody and saying you're sorry. Because I'm a big person about, like, the best apology is, what was it called?
Change behavior.
Yeah, change behavior. That's a big part of apologies, like going, my bad, and then just doing everything in your power not to do it again. But if you're that person that really does it that way, at best, you're just the bad guy.
Yeah.
Or just a left turn of that person going, okay, I'm going to go down this way then. That's it.
Yeah.
You're a turn in their road. That's it. That's the only part of the story you get to play.
Yeah.
So when you apologize, remember you're that part of the story. As soon as you take over and the story's about you, and I think the example was, I'm gonna whittle it down, but the example was you went over and you're like bumped into somebody because you weren't paying attention and you spilt wine on their jacket. And then you make a big deal. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Oh my gosh. Let me clean that for you. And then you buy them 2 jackets and all that kind of stuff. You became the story.
Yeah.
It's not about you.
Right.
The person that it happened to, I'm not even mad about the jacket. I'm mad that you didn't give an F about anybody around you. And I was just a thing.
Yeah.
In your way. And now you get a story about yourself, how you're such the good guy.
Yeah.
I made a mistake, so I get to make all the corrections in the world. Look at me.
Yeah.
Nah. How about just spill it? I was like, dude, my bad. I'm gonna really work on never doing that to another person in my life.
Yeah.
And the person be going, okay, that's a real apology.
I mean, I would like the new jacket.
No, but you don't make the big statement. It was like, can we exchange information? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to you about it. And you just send them
Right.
a jacket.
Yeah.
It's not a big production. It's never.
Well, I think the issue too now is that, like, everyone feels like all their actions are social media worthy. Like, everybody needs to watch me do this good deed or to do this thing so that you guys can see that I am actually the better person. Like, no one gives a F. No one thinks this about you.
By
No one
you
thinks
put
you're
it-
a better person because you put this on TV.
By you blasting it out
Yeah.
there makes you not the better person.
Yes.
Makes you not. It's not your story.
I truly don't understand. Like, people like save animals, but for somehow can find the space and the angle to film it so they can show that they're saving an animal. I'm like, just save the effing animal. Why does it have to be a thing? Why does everything have to be a thing?
No, I agree with that. If you're a person that does that, but in this day and age, if you're like a company or a nonprofit that actually does those, you kind of have to do
That's
those
different.
things.
I'm talking about the
you
people
know?
who are like, oh my gosh, there was a turtle crossing the road, so I pulled over, turned on my camera so you guys can all see me do it. Save this turtle, showed you I saved it, put it on the other side, showed myself again, and then I posted on
Because I feel
social media.
people that are doing that on social media are feeling guilt for a ton of things that they
That
killed.
they ran 8 turtles over
No,
before
they-
that.
or that, or
Here's
cats,
the one I
dogs.
saved.
You know, accidentally killed their neighbor's kid.
Ugh.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't.
At
I
what
don't
point do
understand
you have enough guilt to where it's like, oh, I need to show people that I'm a good person? I was like, do you know what? Do you know who doesn't have to show people that they're a good person? Good people.
Yeah.
Those are the people.
Yeah. I mean, I saved a dog today. No one saw it. Just kidding. I didn't.
You did not.
I scared a wild turkey.
You would have told me.
I saw bunnies, wild turkeys, and a deer at the golf course today.
What is happening?
I was like, we're 13 minutes from our house. And I'm like, where the F am I?
And those were just the golfers she's
Right.
talking about.
I took pictures.
Well, you didn't get it.
He thinks it's hilarious.
That was funny.
Anyways,
You turkey.
turkey.
No, I just thought that was a really good.
Yeah.
That was good. And
That's
the other one, it's kind of like it was on that same trend of that person that thinks they're, the guy who made the mistake and makes a big deal about themselves. That person's basically living their life up their ass.
Oh, yeah.
So the kind of part of that was Neil Brennan saying, if you live your life up your ass, that's fine. Where are the episodes? Like, if you're so far up your ass, you should be having a hit show somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? Like, where, or something. You should have something to show from it.
Mm.
But you're so far up your ass, it's never going to happen, is it, bro?
Yeah.
Right?
Ugh.
Yeah.
I would never want a show about me.
No.
I wouldn't want it. I couldn't imagine having a reality TV show where someone follows me all the time. That sounds terrible. But I couldn't imagine someone be like, we're going to make a show about your life. I'm like, it seems real boring. My life's kind of boring.
Everybody thinks that, but everybody thinks that.
I got like a 2-part special.
Yeah.
Like 2 episodes.
Yeah, hour and a half each.
Yeah. Max it out. No commercials.
No, just like, no, it really would be. I mean, I just feel there's so many people out there that are living an adjacent life to you. And I don't mean you, just you.
Yep.
Whoever's listening or watching, all 2.5 of you, which is us mostly. I feel like everybody has a story to tell that they could tell within 3 hours.
Yeah.
In some sort of reenactment or something like that. Everybody has that. Some it might be a whole miniseries. That's totally true.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody could do it in a 3-part miniseries or a 2-part, but it's about 3 hours of a production.
Yeah.
And I feel like most people don't understand how interesting your life actually is.
You know what we should do?
No.
We should do a drunk history of our friends' lives.
That's insane.
Like, we go and hang out with our friends and get them, like, if you guys ever see Drunk History, you should. It's great. But we go and get them, like, drunk history drunk, and then ask them questions and be like, okay, tell us your life from here, like, this age to this age, and have them go through the whole thing.
The problem with that is you'd have to have them sign off of it before.
Yes. Well, I think the fun part would be, like, you ask them questions before, right? So they already know what questions are going to be there. And so you already have, like,
but they don't know how they're
points to
going to
make.
answer them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So you already, like, you ask, tell me points in your life from this age to this age. So that way, if they forget something, you could bring it up there and be like, oh my gosh, I do remember when blah, blah, blah.
But we have to remember, this is how this kind of stuff works. You have to write, the person has to write out things that if I end up talking about this, I don't want it in the show.
Yeah.
And you have to, because they may just go off on a tangent and they talk about auntie somebody, right. And there's like, that's one thing that's in the thing that says, if I start talking about this person or talk about this situation, it's got to be,
we got to move you on.
Then we edit it out.
Yeah.
Because otherwise people will not feel safe. Right. Because, and even after it's filmed or recorded, they have to be able to
listen back,
prove it, and say, I want all this.
Absolutely.
But the problem runs into, we have too many people that was like, you just scrap the whole thing because they're like, oh, I said that when I was drunk. I was like, well, yeah.
I don't know that we have that many people who would take it back.
Okay.
I feel like the people in our lives who have told us most of their drunk stories, we just need to tell them again. But they've already said the drunk story. Mm. And they're not, I mean, no one's that bad.
I think the easiest way to do that is just have them come on in.
But they won't do it on here.
Why?
They just won't. We've met our people.
Some people will.
Ariel.
My people will. Bailey, Ryan. Ryan won't.
No.
Ryan would chicken out.
Yes.
I gotta talk about real stuff.
I know.
Yeah, you do, bro. Because you're living real stuff.
All right. I think we're cutting it because I want to watch some television.
Oh boy.
Hang out with Scooter today.
No, she just wants to watch TV.
No, and hang out with you
Okay.
so we can laugh.
Uh,
Okay, never mind. I'll hang out by myself. Let's drink this first.
you're aggressive.
The tequila.
Sludge it out.
Just trying to find
Is that my little baby?
$50,000.
My little baby. All right, people. Show up in real life for each other.
We won't be here next week.
We won't, but we do us a favor. If you're watching this in live or whatever, and you have some comments and those types of things that are in the chat, or you have something about something later, Urel, you're amazing at this. Put them in the comments below, because we leave these up here. On what do we call it? The Uber?
The Ubi.
The Oob.
The Oob.
The Oob.
And if there's something you guys are like, I really want to know what you guys think about this,
We'll tell you.
you should ask us.
No, we'll tell you. I have very strong opinions about stuff. This is, again, if you want to have I don't know.
We'll do a Scooter After Dark.
Nah, we can't. The things that I say, man.
Instagram Live. Snapchat only.
Woo! There is something we have thought about. No joke. We have thought about doing a Patreon.
We have.
And the reason, not because of money.
No.
It's more about saying what we want to say. And you paid for it. So you can't really go on there and put us on blast because you paid for it. There was that
I mean,
kind
you
of thing.
can, but that'd be dickish.
Well, not even dickish. It's like you paid for it. So, to where we'd have like unedited real talk.
Scooter would let all the F-bombs fly.
It's not even the F-bombs. The strong opinions that you probably already know that I have, but just haven't heard them, and discuss those types of things. So we're really just thinking about that. I've really, especially since the other day, the Oob.
Yeah, talk about it. Go. Do it.
The Oob, and we know what you're talking about, completely deactivated my personal account. Shut it down
Why?
for like 5 hours because I clipped something that had to do with a black guy driving a white guy passenger and a police officer. And it's from a very high-end comedian, and I clipped it within less than a day, half a day. They shut down my whole account.
Yeah.
My personal account that I do
They
not.
said offensive language.
No, they said spam, misleading information.
Interesting.
You know,
How
basically,
is someone's account misleading information?
I don't know. But this is my personal account since YouTube started.
Yeah.
Like I got this account when it first came, because I was in IT and I heard of this thing called YouTube, and I was like, I need an account.
Yeah.
I do that for everything. I need an account. They shut it down.
Yeah.
So it got me thinking, the stuff that we talk about here, I don't think it's super controversial, but I'm sure some quote unquote W's.
Then we can also play games with music.
We can play stuff with music. We can play the music games. We can do all that kind of thing. And I'd love to bring our small community over there.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like whatever minimum it is for Patreon, I would charge that.
Yeah.
Bare minimum, just so we can have a real conversation. Because I know a lot of people that are part of our community like to just chat and have opinions, but not have their face or voice on here. So, and I want to give that kind of breath of fresh air. So let me know. I'm thinking.
Jarrell says sounds fun. Keith says he'll support us.
And Keith's been supporting. We've supported each other for years on so many things, and still want to get him back on the show.
I know. We have to just go up there.
Well, we could do a remote from your place, Keith.
If you have good Wi-Fi.
Your wife like being on camera? I don't know.
Oh, ooh. After dark. But thanks, guys.
Don't be creepy.
What? Well, that was the show we just said on the Patreon. We said after dark. Okay, now you're just making it weird.
You made it weird.
You made it weird.
All right, okay. We are really thinking about doing that. We're going to look into it probably within the next month, maybe by January, because I think it's something we should really explore, because there's a lot of things that I like to get off my chest, and I think Sarah would love to get off her chest. And I know the people that watch this show would really love to have that conversation about. But sometimes when it's out there where everybody can watch it, people are either really aggressive or really too sensitive about it.
It's fair.
Where the rest of us just live in the middle.
Yeah.
So love you guys. Show up in real life. We'll see you very soon. Yeah. Until then, literally go. If you're thinking about somebody right now,
Oh, we should tell them.
if somebody's crossing your mind right now, and they have been this evening or today or what, reach out to them.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, do you know what you say? I was thinking about you. Just tell them what you're. I mean, not about anything. Just I was thinking about you.
Yeah.
Now, if you're drunk and it's an ex that was just really good in bed, nah.
Don't do it.
I'm just talking about like friends.
Loved ones.
Yes. Family, loved ones, that kind of thing. We'll talk to you soon, guys.
Bye.
And I loved it. Bye. And I loved it. Bye.
Scooter broke the audio.
Oh, well, that's because you pushed it at the same time as me. So many times.
And it's broken. So.
We just can't hear it.
Dun.
That's so funny. I wonder if people can actually hear it. I don't really care.
And I loved it.